work is called The River That Flows Both Ways, and it is 700 panes of glass. Each pane refers to 1 minute over the course of 700 minutes of the color of the Hudson River on one day in June. Name given to the river by the Native Americans who lived in this area was the river that flows both ways because the river is tidal, which means it actually flows backwards all the way up to Albany sometimes, depending on the particular tide. So it is sort of extraordinary that it's not like we would expect a river to just flow in one direction all the time. It's moving in all sorts of strange ways, and sometimes the top layer is moving downstream and the layer underneath the current is moving upstream. So it's very complex, and all this actually affects the color as well. I photographed the Hudson. We were floating in the Hudson on a tugboat for a whole day. We photographed the same point in the river for that whole period at 1 minute intervals, so it's 700 minutes altogether. Then I went into each of those photographs and pulled out one pixel, and so that pixel was then transformed into a CMYK file, and then that was printed, so it became a monochrome. And then they all come together actually to form a composite of the river on that one day, June 12th, 2008. So the process of this piece, because it's a big public project, was more complex than what I would normally deal with. Working with Creative Time and the Friends of the High Line, we explored different ways of actually getting this color into these panels. And so it is a color film that's printed from a CMYK file that is laminated between two sheets of glass. It's actually very close to the translucency of water, which I'm really pleased with. So it has that sort of in-between quality of being a reflective surface that also has some depth to it. So this whole piece is fortunate enough to have the same sort of changing that happens to the Hudson every day. I feel in New York we're so disconnected, or at least for many years, we're so disconnected from the waterfront. And now slowly, gradually, we're seeing that connection strengthened again. And that New York becomes this sort of waterfront city, which is fantastic. And so this is also really an opportunity to sort of look at the Hudson and compare.